we are Thursday morning. I'm just heading out again back down to the Rideau Lakes. Pretty cool day. We've got a Modern Niagara trip today. So Modern Niagara books us to take a bunch of their clients fishing, and we got 4 boats out today. So we got Chevy and 2 buddies of mine, Mike Robillard, a guy who fishes up in the Rideau Lakes as well, and Adam Pugh from White Lake. So treat these guys to a good day on the water, all Largies. My concern right now is going to be the weather. We're supposed to get a real bad thunder boomer at 1 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. But I'm glad to get this week started on the water because work was a trick this week. Kind of sucked, but out of my control. Just hammered it out, got it done, and now we're going to hit the water for 3 days. Today, like I said, Rideau Lakes. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow with the frame boys, but we'll get out at least for the morning. I wouldn't mind an afternoon off. I think this is day 30 some in a row of work. And then Saturday, I've got a morning trip again, and then Red Blacks game. So pretty busy weekend, but should be pretty low key. But well, let's get her going. Go catch some fish. Lunchtime break. The flotilla. Everybody's catching fish, having a good time. I think we're 20-some fish, Largies, all on chatterbaits. Fun group. Here's my crew for the day. I don't know. What'd we catch, boys?
The winners.
The winners.
The winners.
I don't know. I don't know if we hit 40. We had a slower afternoon, but
yeah. It was a great day on the water.
Great day. Good. Thanks,
Best
boys.
Day ever, boys.
Well, we dodged the storm by less than an hour, and it is cats and dogs in Smith Falls. So I stopped at this little place. This is now my sister's place. So my sister Kim bought Brits chips. I don't know if she's going to change the name. I hope so. So there's Ronan in there working, and it's not a drive-through, but I just placed my order by yelling it through this window from the truck. So if you're in Smith Falls, give it a go. See the coolest things at 5:30 in the morning. 2 little does, but look on top of that hay bale. Big old Tom turkey. He's playing king of the castle. So Mike's been in the boat, I don't know how many times now.
Dozens.
Lots. And that's a new PB Largie on the Pompadour. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Cold front? Bah. We don't worry about cold fronts. That's a good morning. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Beauty. Got an afternoon here. It's odd, but just kind of cleaning the boat up for tomorrow. 2 great trips the last couple days. Thanks again to Chevy, Mike, and Adam for yesterday, and another great trip today. So it's amazing how much garbage piles up in the boat in just a couple days. But we'll get her all cleaned up, charge her back up, and get back out tomorrow. Just packing the boat up here. I just want to talk to you about something. And this week, the SLX DC came out. So DC, we all knew the Cali DC. Then the Corrado DC come out, and now the SLX DC. And I think there's been a little bit of confusion as to who should be buying these reels. Yes, it helps people that don't know how to use a baitcaster. 100%. I've had clients use them all year long so far, and not a lot of issues at all, if any. The biggest difference, and what I think some guys are missing out on, is for guys that do know how to use a baitcaster, is because myself, I thought I'd be thumbing the spool the whole time, and I'm like, well, I don't really need a DC. I can throw a baitcaster with, I might see a backlash once a day, if that, and I didn't know what the benefits were. I'm going to tell you what the benefits are of DC, other than for a newbie with baitcaster issues. The casting distance on this is unreal. I'm talking 20% further than the normal Corrado. I can put them side by side. I'd say 20 to 25% further. Almost too far, if that's possible. So what have we been throwing with? Well, we've been throwing the Pompadour with lately. Chatterbaits. What else have we been throwing? You could throw a crankbait with it. We haven't thrown a lot of cranks yet, but moving baits, something you want to get way far away from the boat and cover a lot of water with, the DC is outstanding for that. Setup wise, and this is kind of why I wanted to shoot this video, is that, so I'm using 40-pound Power Pro, the V2 Power Pro, which is amazing casting line, but the rod is the key to this whole deal. If you can't load the rod up to cast properly distance wise, it's not going to give you the full bang for the buck of the DC. But the key is, you have to have, to me, a long rod with lots of backbone, because you could be casting this further than you can imagine and have a fish hit it at the length of your cast. So the braid's going to help with that, but you also need a rod paired with that to actually move that hook at that distance. It makes a huge difference to have the right rod. So I'm running 7.5s and 7.6s medium heavies on all the stuff that I would have a DC on, just because you're going to need that heavier rod to move that hook at a distance, because you all know you throw something like that, it's usually the first 4 feet of your cast where you get blasted. So the DC really pays off distance wise for guys that know how to use them. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. I hate the word game changer, but I've never seen another real cast like this in my life. It's a mile bomber every time, and I think you're catching more fish because of it. I know we are. We did this morning. So just wrapping up this week. I'll be honest with you, it was a pretty crappy week. The fishing, I had 2 good days fishing. One morning wasn't so great numbers, but not a lot of big fish. But something's got me down, and I was never gonna rant or anything about on here, but I just got to get this off my chest. I got to tell you, in the last month, I've had 3 people yell at me, like total strangers yelling at me for ridiculous reasons, and I don't even understand where the aggressiveness comes from. So the first one was opening day. I'm on Big Rito, opening day bass, guiding my buddy Ryan, his dad and his son, and this guy screams at us, "What the F are you doing fishing bass out of season?" It was opening day morning. He had no idea when the season even started, but that is the exact line, and with aggressiveness to it. Like, he was pissed. So I straightened him out. I didn't overreact. I just, dude, like, the season opened today. But aggressiveness, like crazy. The next one is the other night in a torrential downpour. I pull into my sister's chip stand, and I park in front of the chip stand. I have a 22-foot boat. It's torrential. You can't see 50 feet in front of you. This guy gets out of his truck and basically reams me for parking there. I'm like, what? Like, what? Where did you even come from? Like, what are you talking about? But he took it upon himself to think he had to police the area. And that guy kind of told the... Then yesterday, we turn onto a side road. There's a guy walking his dog, and he can't control his dog. His dog's pulling him all over the place. I'm doing 40 and a 60, and when we go by him, he waves his arms at me and tells me to slow the F down. I'm like, all right, enough. I back up to him, and I said, what? Are you talking to me? I'm doing 40 and a 60. And he's still going on giving me crap for... I'm like... the cheese slid off my cracker. I'm like... I am not an aggressive person. I don't get angry very much, but people, for the love of God, have a drink once in a while. Smoke a joint if that's what you do, but I don't do either of that. But you gotta calm down. What is wrong with you people? Big deal. Like, it's summertime, man. Relax. Chill out. You people that are overreacting like that over nothing, literally nothing, and take it upon yourself to yell at somebody? Get bent, Richard. Like, you're crazy. I guess it takes all types. I'm not one of those types, but the next guy that does it, I might become one of those types, and there might be a problem, because I ain't taking it from the next guy. We'll see how this plays out. It's going to be a better week. Have a good week.